Hello.
Hey Chris, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Good Saturday morning. I'm KHOU meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We are off to a chilly start to our day, but it's going to be a perfect and sunny day today, especially if you have those outdoor activities. We are expecting highs in the 70s, sunny skies, calm winds. Can't ask for a better forecast for this weekend. So it's still going to be comfortably cool tonight. Gorgeous weekend expected. Rain chances do come back into the picture for next Tuesday. So we are tracking a low pressure system that is going to bring some storm potential, especially going into Tuesday evening. Here's a live look right now. This is looking at Bush Airport. If you have a flight leaving Houston, we are looking at clear skies, no issues out there. Those planes are taking off quite okay. I don't even see any planes on the runway right now, but we did have a lot of planes a good 5 minutes ago. I guess they're taking a break. But we are expecting right now 51 degrees, west northwest winds at 5 miles an hour. Pressure is rising, so we are seeing that high pressure system that's currently overhead that's going to keep us mostly calm and clear, at least through today. And we're even seeing crystal clear conditions out at Galveston. This is a look out at Galveston. You have Pleasure Pier. Off in the distance, water is just glass. That's just how calm those winds are. Winds are only out of the west at 3 miles an hour, 57 degrees. We also have Mardi Gras happening out in Galveston, so there's a lot of fun activities going on this weekend here across southeast Texas. So taking advantage of the good weather that we're expecting to get, at least for this afternoon, because we are expecting those temps to start off a bit chilly, but we're going to start warming up. We're already in the upper 50s at Galveston, Pearland at 48, Conroe 55, 53 in Tomball, Bush Airport at 51 degrees. And as we look at our hourly planner, we are expecting those high temps to be in the mid 70s for today. We did have a little weak cold front that came through last night. This was a very minor cold front. It's going to give us our temps just maybe 2 to 3 degrees cooler today than what we saw yesterday. And so yesterday we got up to about 78, 77 degrees. Some of us actually hit the 80-degree mark, but we're going to be a good mid 70s, perfect conditions, one of the most perfect weekends that we've seen here across Houston. And we're not looking at any freezing temperatures, especially this weekend. Our last 3 or 4 weekends we had this winter weather conditions and freezing temperatures, but good news that we are not expecting that for this weekend, with highs in the 70s with sunny skies. Lows are going to be in the 50s and 40s for those morning temperatures, so you still need a jacket if you are heading out in the morning hours, but we're going to be mostly calm. If you're heading out to Galveston, just keep in mind that we are seeing cooler conditions along the coast. So even though we're going to be in the 70s here in Houston, you're only going to see high temps in the 60s out along the coastal areas, especially Galveston and towards Galveston to the Bolivar Peninsula. So for your travel forecast, if you are heading across the state, we're not looking at any issues, especially as we go across our major roadways. We could start seeing that rain chance start increasing for Tuesday, but as far as your rest of your Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have great conditions out there, especially across the Lone Star State as we are being influenced by this high pressure system that's currently overhead. So unfortunately, I know that we haven't really received any rain, but we do need the rain as drought conditions are increasing and spreading across southeast Texas. You have extreme drought now in place for our western areas. This is severe drought that's currently now spreading across Harris County. So hopefully we get some rain chances here shortly. But high pressure system in place that's going to keep it sunny and pleasant for the weekend. We're already starting to see these signs of this low pressure system that's currently off towards the west of us. You're starting to see a little subtle spin there just off over Baja California, and that's bringing in some moisture and some showers across southern Arizona and New Mexico. But going into our next several days, it's that low pressure system that's going to eventually come into Texas and bring us our chance of storms, especially as we head into Tuesday. So Tuesday is looking like a day that we're going to have to really watch pretty closely, because we're going to start seeing increasing Gulf moisture. And so usually around this time of year, we get these low pressure systems that come in from the west. And so there's going to be a little bit of a severe weather component with it. Like we saw last Tuesday, you know, we had some isolated storms, but then we had that one storm that actually put down a confirmed tornado out in Liberty County. So I guess as we head into this next Tuesday, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Right now, there's no official outlook in terms of what we're expecting to see, but it's something to watch closely as we go into our week, and definitely pay attention to the latest forecast, as you could always do that here on KHOU 11 Plus on the KHOU.com and on KHOU 11 app. But rain chances coming in the picture for Tuesday. That's going to clear on up. Might see some lingering showers into Wednesday morning, but that's only going to be the weather story for this next week or so, is that Tuesday, Wednesday rain chance. And then temps are still going to be a little bit on the warmer side, so we're not expecting those morning temps to be as chilly as what we've seen in days past. So overnight and morning temperatures in the low 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's kind of a sign that increasing Gulf moisture is bringing back that humidity here across the Houston area. So overnight lows are going to be in the 50s, especially for tomorrow morning. So you still need a light jacket. We're going to have a little bit of a warmer outlook going into the latter half or the middle part of next week. So temps are going to be above average. Average high usually around 66 degrees for Houston, but we are expecting temps to be far above that in the upper 70s. We might even hit the 80-degree mark in some days, especially as we head into next Wednesday. But definitely expecting a warm outlook in terms of the rainfall outlook. Most of the heavier rain chances are expected across the western portions of the U.S., especially from the Climate Prediction Center. But as we look at our 7-day forecast, we are off to a perfect start to our weekend. Definitely go out and enjoy it. Keep an eye on that cedar pollen, though. So if you do have some allergens, I think we don't have the official reports from the city of Houston for today, as they don't release the data reports for the allergens for today. But yesterday we were seeing those high amounts of cedar. We're starting to get into that tree pollen season as we get closer to February and March. And eventually, if you suffer from cedar fever like myself, we're going to start seeing those issues, especially as we go into the rest of February and into March, closer to spring. You know, the spring allergies, it's around the corner. It's not too far from now. So for your 7-day forecast, highs in the 70s, mostly pleasant conditions, overnight lows in the 50s. We do have that rain chance in store for us heading into Wednesday, or actually Tuesday, but might see some lingering showers going into Wednesday as well. But we're going to be warm, at least for the next 7 days. So I think you're really just going to be able to lose those jackets if you are out and about across the area. So looking at our normal Houston monthly rainfall, this is something important to look at so that we can know, like, when do we usually see our most rain here across Houston. And it's usually between March, April, May, and June. Those are our wettest months that we've seen in Houston's history. So January, usually we see 3.76 inches of rain. February is usually around just 3 inches of rain. But as we look at our Houston rainfall for this year, for February, I know we're still kind of in the beginning of the month, but the year to date, we've only seen just over 3.5 inches of rain, and our normal is usually 4.37 inches. So we're a little bit on that deficit there in terms of our yearly rainfall, what we're supposed to see. But of course, we're still early in the month. We still have the rest of the year to go through to see if we're going to catch up to that yearly normal that we usually see. So if you're just joining me here on KHOU 11 Plus, we are off to a perfect start to our day here across Houston. Mostly sunny skies. We are expecting comfortably cool conditions for today. Gorgeous weekend expected. Rain chances do return on Tuesday, and with a chance for some storms. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that there going into the next couple of days. Here's a live look at Bush Airport, seeing those planes take off. You see that plane right there taking off along that runway, and I don't see why anybody would want to leave Houston for this weekend, because the weather's going to be perfect. It's just going to be colder everywhere else. So why would you want to leave Houston for this weekend? But looking at right now, 51 degrees here across Bush Airport. Northeast winds at 5 miles an hour. Pressure is rising, so definitely meaning that we are expecting those conditions to remain just mostly sunny and be influenced by this high pressure system that's giving us these crystal clear skies and perfect weather conditions. Take a look at that. That's Galveston. glass water out there. Pleasure Pier off in the distance. I know we have a lot of folks heading out to Galveston to celebrate Mardi Gras as that kicks off this weekend, so definitely enjoy that. Might want to bring a light jacket though if you are heading to the coast, because we are going to see some cooler conditions from Galveston and along the coastal areas. So even it's 57 right now across Galveston, so that's actually a lot cooler than what we've seen the previous morning. So Houston Bush Airport at 51, 57 Galveston, Tomball's 53, 48 in Pearland, but as we go into our afternoon, we will see those temps in the mid-70s for this afternoon, but we are expecting the rest of our weekend to be fantastic across the Houston area. So as far as the rest of your weekend forecast, high temps in the 70s, sunny skies, calm winds. You can't ask for better weather conditions here across Saturday and Sunday. My coworkers were saying that the weatherman deserves a bonus, and I'm going to take their word on that. And as many days as we get, pleasant days, but the bonus goes up, just FYI. But looking at currently this weekend, Mardi Gras, Galveston, definitely be safe out there if you're heading along the coast. So Galveston highs in the 60s. We will see cooler conditions for Saturday and into Sunday going into the start of our week. So you might want to bring a light jacket if you are heading to Galveston to celebrate Mardi Gras, because it's going to be a little bit cooler. Of course, the close proximity to the Gulf. The Gulf is still a little bit cold for this time of year. We are seeing the Gulf in its full winter season, and that really does a good job at keeping conditions along the coast a bit cooler than our inland areas like we're expecting to see. But no issues if you're heading across Texas. We're going to see highs in the 70s and even the 80s across central Texas and even in the Austin area. But we do need the rain, as our latest drought index does show some increasing drought conditions. We're just going to be influenced by this high pressure system for this weekend. That's going to keep things mostly calm and mostly pleasant here across the Houston area. So going to looking ahead, we have this low pressure system approaching from the west. This is our next weather maker. We are expecting this to move through on Tuesday. That could bring the chance for a few storms. We're going to have to watch out for the potential for some strong storms with this system. Definitely, it could be a repeat of what we had last Tuesday, where we had a stormy day, but then we had that one storm that really actually threw out a tornado, and it was an EF0 tornado. I think confirmed winds at around 65 miles an hour out in Liberty County. So just keep an eye on Tuesday and pay attention to the latest forecast, especially as we go into the next couple of days here across the area. So if you're just now joining me right now, this is our 7-day forecast. We're expecting mostly calm conditions for this weekend. Perfect weekend to do those outdoor activities. Maybe it's a perfect weekend to kickstart the running that you probably wanted to start for the new year. I know it was cold the past couple of weeks, and I definitely don't like running in the cold, but we're going to have perfect conditions for that for this weekend. Highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s, mostly sunny skies. But pay attention for Tuesday, because we could see some strong storms, and make sure you have those notifications on your phone so you can get the latest app updates or weather updates on the KHOU 11 app, because those temps are going to be quite good, and now we could see more of a few storms as possible for next Friday, but keep an eye on Friday the 13th as we head into next week. And I know you probably didn't think about that, and I probably shouldn't have said anything, but hey, we are expecting a pleasant condition west of our weekend for this weekend, but highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. And make sure to join us later on, just in under an hour, on KHOU 11 Morning News at 9 a.m. I, along with our anchor Trayson Bragg, will be giving you the latest news and weather headlines on TV and on KHOU 11+. Have a great rest of your day.